Hi everyone, it's Julie. Today we're just going to work a little bit on cutting out some letters from this galvanized tin, and we're going to make a couple signs that says family on it. So that's what we're working on right now. We're just getting we use 6-inch stencils. You can use whatever size you want to, but then we're going to go ahead and do a couple of techniques to them before we get them put on our sign, the back, whatever we're going to use.
Show them the stencils.
The stencils?
Yeah. These are the stencils she used, and we picked them up at Michael's, but I would suggest trying to go on like eBay or
yeah, 6-inch.
Amazon. You might be able to get them cheaper. I think we paid like $20 for a set of them. Yeah. They're just made out of paper.
And they're flimsy. They're
real flimsy.
Kind of crappy, but
so
they're okay. They'll work.
Basically, what we did is we took a big flat piece of steel and we just traced them out on there, and we're getting them cut out now. So we got most of them cut out. We figured maybe we ought to do a video on this because I think there should be some people out there interested in it. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we're going to do a couple things to the letters before we actually put them on our sign. So.
And yeah, I do help Julie with her videos, and a lot of this work here, you know, I don't expect her to do it. I come out and I give her a hand. So we kind of work on the channel together to help her get her channel built up. One of the hardest letters you'll find when you're doing stencils, especially out of metal, is like the A. The A has that piece you need to cut out in the center. I'm going to show you how I'm going to cut out the A, and you might have a B, a D, an O, or anything like that. Maybe just a little bit hard to get the center out, and I'll show you how I do that later.
We're just using tin snips. I don't know of any other way to cut them out. Do you?
I think tin snips is probably the best way to do it. That's what I would use. That's what we're using. So just get you a good set of tin snips and go at it. Okay, now if I'm going to do this A and I want to cut the center out of it, I'm just going to take a small Dremel tool, hold it over my vise. I'm going to cut this. Just about like that. I think that'll be perfectly fine. Now watch, because the piece of metal's hot that was there.
Okay, I don't know if you can see the technique we're doing on the F. We're just using this ball peen hammer here, and we turned the letter over because we want the raised effect on the front of the letter. So we're doing like this, just going like this all over the whole letter, and it gives it this like raised effect on the front, and then when we paint it and sand over it, you should be able to see the texture. So just going to show you a little bit of what we're doing here, and like I said, starting from the back side. We're just using the rounded part of the hammer. And it will cause your letter to curl up a little bit on the ends, and that's okay. Okay, as you can see, we got our letters all hammered out. We did it from the back, so the front looks like they're raised up. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to put them in a container and put some muriatic acid on them so we can get them rusting.
Well, that muriatic acid, what it's going to do is it's going to take off the it's going to take all of the galvanized that's on top of those letters. It's going to eat that all off, and then that'll make it to where we can get them to rust. And because nothing's going to rust if it's got that galvanized on them. So now in this process here, you definitely want to be in a well ventilated area. We have the front garage door open, and I have a fan up behind my head that I can turn on to suck any fumes off of this. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some radic acid in this stainless steel pan.
Whoa. Okay, smoking.
Turn that fan on up there. Julie's going to turn the fan on.
Might be a little loud.
Probably should do this in a plastic container, but I think this will be okay. And you probably should have on some gloves. So what we're going to do is we're going to be dropping these down in here.
Whoa.
We're going to let that eat some of that off, and then we'll take them out of there. But you can see all the fumes. You don't want to breathe them fumes that are coming off of them. So, the fan's sucking it all out the window back here. So, that's what we want to do to get the galvanized off of them. You can see how that galvanized, it's just eating the galvanized right off of them. Swish them around in there a little bit. We might let them set in there just a little bit, not too long. Alright, I decided that I didn't want to do this in the garage because there's just too much fumes on that. So I brought it outside where there's more air. We can let these guys soak a little bit and stay away from that. You don't want to breathe those fumes coming off that. Okay, now after I put them in that bath of radic acid, it took all the galvanized that was on them, took it off, no sanding, no nothing, and I used ammonia to neutralize the acid. And then these are just in plain water now, and all me and Julie's going to do right now is we're going to dry these guys off just a little bit, because we're going to be putting some peroxide vinegar salt water on these. That way we can get them to rust pretty quick. I think it'll be pretty quick. I did a video on my channel. I don't know if you guys have seen my channel. It's Kevin Robinson 6688, and you can see where I was learning to rust galvanized metal. And because galvanized is a coating they put on there, it won't rust. So we want to get everything to rust up to make it look good and rustic looking. So we're going to show you how we do it, and Julie's going to just finish these letters in one video, but the craft that she's building for this video will be on another video. So I'm just going to clean them up and get them ready to spray them down.
What we have here in our spray bottle is just plain white vinegar, peroxide that you would get at like the pharmacy for cuts or whatever, and some just table salt.
Okay, and, if you guys want to know how much of whatever I got in there, I got a video on my channel. You can go and check it out. I'll leave a link at the top of the page.
And we're just going to go ahead and spray our letters. Maybe. Ain't working.
I wonder if...
Oh, there it is.
A little bit. And you can see actually
already
it starts to work pretty quick, but if you want a deep rust, it's going to take 2 to 3 days, at least 2 to 3 days to get a real deep rust on it. But that's you can keep going.
Pretty quick though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for rusted metal. But what's nice with all the galvanized off of there,
this bottle doesn't want to work too well.
You know, I don't have a whole bunch in it, so here.
Yeah.
And if you just keep doing this a few times, like I said, you'll see the rust.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Look how fast that worked.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are doing it and they see the rust on there and then they think that, oh, this is rust.
It's just surface.
It's just surface rust. This will wipe off. Watch. See, I can wipe it all back off.
Yeah, you have to let it actually get down into the layers of the metal.
You want it to be rustic. You want it.
Yeah.
You want the good. See if we can get some more on this bottle. We're going to mix up another batch of this. This is what I had left over for the last video I did on rusting the metal. So.
If if you can find rusty metal already rusted up, then you're way ahead of the game. When you have to go ahead and rust it yourself, it takes a little longer for your projects, obviously.
So we're just going to let these set for a while on that and then come back and spray them again quite a few times, and then be some cool little
letters. I wanted
letters.
to show you the letters that we started earlier, and Kevin sprayed them with a solution to get them to rust, and then we had them outside for about a week. Yeah, the very first day they did look rusty, but it was just the surface rust, and it like rubbed right off. So it ended up taking a lot longer than what most people say it does. It definitely takes about a week to get some good rust on them. And so I don't know, we're gonna make something with them. Not really sure yet what, but we're gonna drill some holes in the letters and attach them somehow to a project. So I just wanted to show everybody how they turned out, and I think they look pretty good. Like I said, it's a long process, but it's worth it in the end. So I just want to thank everybody for watching.